Network Entertainment.
Hello to everyone all over the world! Magkakasama na naman tayo sa isang gabing puno ng kwentuhan, tawanan at bardagulan kasama ang leading voices of the Filipino youth. Ito pa rin ang...
Ganito
Ito kasi
kasi
yan.
yan. Powered by the Pod Network.
At kasama nyo pa rin ang inyong wandering go-getter ng Quezon City na excited dahil may bago tayong letter babasahin at may makakasama tayong guest. For a
long time.
Tagal na wala. Oo. So, it's your boy Jacob.
At ako pa rin yung breadwinner baby boy ng Rizal na feeling ko mag-e-enjoy tayo dito sa letter.
Wow.
I mean, kakaibang exploration.
Oo.
Kasi, ako lang to, si Lance. At sino makasama natin?
At makakasama natin ang kilala natin sa Twitter, kilala natin sa na actor also, Lloyd Agustin. Hello.
Welcome and thank you so much sa pagpapa-unlock dito sa podcast.
Thank you din for inviting me.
And kumusta naman these days? And kumusta yung life in general ba?
So lately I've been a little busy kasi I'm focusing more on acting. So we're doing a movie right now, we're doing a series. I have an ongoing series. Tapos may series din kami next month. So it's stressful pero it's good stress.
So talagang booked and busy era ngayon. At least napagbigyan mo kami dito sa request namin here in our podcast. And with that, parang would you say that you're someone na magaling mag-advise sa friends? Or ikaw yung tinatakbuhan?
Yeah, I would say so. Kasi I usually try my best na tanggalin yung sarili ko sa sitwasyon ng friend ko. Like, what would I do with their situation? But just try to be like a good friend. To be, supportive as much as I can without being judgmental. So, parang yung advice ko, hindi ko siya niroroot sa parang, ano yung gagawin ko sa posisyon niya. Like, if someone would ask me for advice, I would just try my best to listen and, give the best advice for them.
Yes, advice.
At ikaw naman ba, pag ikaw yung nabibigyan ng advice, kasi syempre minsan magaling mag-advise tayo pero ang hirap mang follow through. Ikaw ba, pag nabibigyan ka ng advice, ikaw ba yung tipong kaya mong pasunurin doon sa mga bilin ng mga kaibigan?
Yung sarili ko?
Oo.
Parang depende sa sitwasyon. Kung sa mga life advices, mga career advices, probably yes. Pero kung mga love life, medyo tanga ko dyan.
Medyo tanga. I mean,
parang sarili ko pa rin yung susundin ko at the end of the day.
I mean, may mga kahinaan din. Kahinaan.
Kasi di ba tayo ay tao lang na nadadarang at natutokso rin?
Oo, talaga minsan natatanga tayo. Pero parang ibang klaseng, hindi mo katangahan. Medyo may pagkakatangahan din yung i-discuss natin sa letter natin.
Ba?
Medyo.
Sige, tingnan natin.
Oo. Ready ka na ba, Lloyd, sa ating letter for tonight?
Ready.
Okay.
Pero before mo na, Jacob, saan ba sila pwede mo
Kung
padala
gusto
letters?
niyo magpadala ng inyong letter at gusto niyo may letter na tugunan kasama ang guest or whoever man ang kasama natin dito sa GKY, you may do so by sending a letter at tinyurl.com/GKY tugon mo, or the link is in the description box or in our IG bio. It's GKY Pod.
Yes. So, ready ka na, Lloyd?
I'm ready.
Ready ka na, Jacob?
Ready,
Okay.
ready.
So, hi Jacob and Lance and Lloyd. Magto 2 years na kami ng jowa ko, and all this time, I really thought solid kami. Hindi kami perfect, pero we communicate. We go on dates, we plan for the future, yung tipo ng relationship na akala mo long term na. So, love advice tong kailangan mo atang ibigay. Tapos, isang gabi, may nag-message sa akin sa isang dummy account.
Hala.
Wala akong idea kung sino siya. Biglang nag-send ng nude pic. At akala ko prank or scam. Pero pag zoom in ko, jowa ko yung nasa picture.
Oh.
No way.
So, behind the jowa's back, may nangyayaring
may nasendan ng nudes ng jowa.
I think the question is, was the nude picture taken during or before the relationship?
Tsaka if that was consensual or parang ano talaga.
Right.
Literal akong kinabahan, kinilabutan, kinuyog ng kaba.
At alam niyang sa jowa niya talaga yun,
Siyempre parang, kung nakita mo yung katawan,
Yeah.
Kabisado mo
Uy,
yun.
may deepfake. Malay mo.
AI.
Oo.
Pero hindi, I mean, kung siguro kung jowa mo naman yun, kabisado mo kung ano yung part ng katawan niya
Right.
yun and all. Eto na nga. Tinext ko agad yung boyfriend ko. Sinend ko sa kanya yung photo. Tapos sabi niya, I can explain. Long story short, nalaman ko na may alter account siya. May Telegram din. At hindi lang basta Telegram ha, NSFW channel. May sariling pangalan pa, may pricing, may comments from followers, may scheduled content drop, parang OnlyFans, pero low-key. So in short, content creator din.
Oh,
That's
content creator.
Nag-freeze lang ako. Kasi unang reaction ko, baka hindi siya to. Baka may nagnakaw ng pics, pero no, confirmed, siya talaga. I checked details, I confronted him, and ayun na nga.
Pero teka
umamin
ha,
siya.
wait lang. Bakit siya bakit niya inisip na ninakaw yung pics? Umamin na yung jowa niya.
Baka kasi 'di ba unsolicited. Ayun nga na-leak.
Oo.
Kasi alam din naman natin yung tendency ng mga tao na magpakalat ng scandal, 'di ba? But eto umamin na eh. Ang sabi niya, matagal na raw siyang gumagawa nito. Even before kami naging sila, or baka basta naging sila. And tinuloy-tuloy niya kasi malaki daw ang kita and quote-unquote separate life naman daw yun. As in, para daw yun sa kanya lang, hindi daw sa financial goals niya.
Para daw sa financial goals.
Para daw sa financial goals niya, sorry. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung mas mabigat. Yung fact na may ganito siyang ginagawa o yung fact na never niya itong binanggit kahit once. 'Di ba? Hindi ko naman sinasabing masama yung sex work eh. At hindi ko siya ginajudge for that. Pero hindi ba dapat may honesty sa relationship? Parang ang sakit lang na parang may buong side siya na hindi ko alam. Tapos nalaman ko pa from a meme GC. So baka doon nag-send or like...
Meme GC.
I don't know. Baka senda ng something. Pero paano hindi magiging big deal to sa akin? Hindi ko siya ginajudge. Hindi ako anti-sex work. Pero ang sakit na para akong niloko. Hindi niya ako pinagkatiwalaan. Parang may buong side siya na hindi niya sinama sa relasyon namin. At now, I don't know what to do. Minahal ko siya, pero parang hindi ko na siya kilala. Anong gagawin nyo kung sa inyo nangyari to? Worth it pa bang ipaglaban yung ganitong klaseng trust issue? Nagmamahal, may jowa akong malaloy. Special mention talaga eh.
Special request.
Nakakatawa naman yung special mention.
Ayan nga. So, Lloyd, tugon po.
So, wait, one-liner lang.
Ah,
Tapos
one-liner.
tuloy niya, okay. Ang hirap naman magbigay ng one-line yan. Tugon na like one advice.
O reaction mo tungkol sa letter.
Oh my God, grabe. I totally understand kung na masakit siya at mafe-feel mo na niloko ka.
Gets. Jacob, tugon po.
Honesty is the best policy in all ways and in all ways. Lance, tugon mo po.
When you're in a relationship, hinuhubad mo yung sarili mo, literally and figuratively. And it should stay that way if you really value that a romantic relationship. Ayun.
Grabe.
Grabe, parang special mention ka talaga.
Oo
But,
nga eh.
oh,
Sa pinaka-ending pa talaga, no?
ano initial thoughts mo?
Alam mo, I totally get the part na sinabi niya na I'm not anti-sex work but I feel so hurt na hindi niya ako pinagkatiwalaan. Hindi niya sinabi sa akin to. Kasi in the first place, pwede naman talaga tayo maging anti-sex work. Pero dapat kapag papasok tayo sa dating scene or may i-date tayong tao, deserve malaman niya ng i-date natin kung ano yung pinapasok nila, what they sign up for. So basically what he's saying is, I didn't sign up for this. Like, parang I was blind nung nag-date tayo. There was a whole side of you that I had no idea existed. So now he's saying na, I feel like I don't know you anymore. Kasi meron siyang side na hindi alam dun sa partner niya. So, right from the bat, mali talaga yun na hindi sinabi ng partner niya or hindi siya nag-make effort to sit down and have a conversation na, hey, this is what I'm doing with my life. Kahit hindi naman siguro right from the start ng dating, kahit nung na-feel niya na siguro na nagiging serious na sila or magiging official na sila, especially kung may label sila, bago sila magkaroon ng label, dapat sinabi yun ng partner niya.
Gets din yun na parang yung kumbaga, you know what you signed up for when you're in a relationship. So kung hindi mo sasabihin yun, bakit mo pa jojowain? Although hindi ba parang there's also that sense of fear. Or baka yun nga, that sense of shame, I would say.
Shame, yeah.
Na kaya hindi niya sinabi. Pero valid ba na hindi niya yung sasabihin?
To some extent, I guess, sa kanya, personally, magiging valid yun. Sabi niya na natakot siya. Pero at the same time, it would be unfair to his or her partner. And that's something that I can't personally speak on kasi sabi niya diba nagkaroon siya may partner siya na mala Aaron Piercer. Kasi ako, I was an adult content creator but I was never an alter kasi so parang tulad nung sabi niya na parang meron siyang separate life, di ba? Sabi niya separate life. It was never that case for me. Parang I was like very open about it from the start na it was me. Tapos, hindi siya, kasi pag alter account, parang it came from the word alter ego, di ba? So, supposedly, parang separate siya sa identity mo. And it was never like that for me. I've always been very open about it. So, ako, in my case, pag nagde-date ako, parang right from the start, most of the people na nakikilala ko is alam na nila. So, aware na sila. So, parang na-break na agad yung ice na yon. So, parang ang dating sa akin is hindi naman ako kausapin ito kung hindi niya alam and kung hindi okay sa kanya. So, parang hindi na masyadong napag-uusapan. Parang in my case, mas napag-uusapan is kung i-stop. May mga dinate ako na gusto nila ako ipa-stop, ganon. And then, so ano nga ulit yung question mo? Nawala ako.
Ayun yung parang valid ba yung sense of shame? Or like, acceptable ba yung excuse?
For me, valid na feeling yun, na naramdaman niya yun, pero hindi siya acceptable na excuse para sa partner niya. Kasi unfair yun eh.
Gets.
And given na nga yun na na-mention mo yung about dating, did you ever, how did the discussion come into play naman? Especially in terms of, like, how did you become transparent na you do this, na parang there's this side of, or there's this things that you do also, and how did people take it naman?
So basically, nag-start ako nung 2021. And then, nung nag-start ako, I was kind of thinking like, shit, baka di na ako magkaroon ng jowa, baka di na ako magkaroon ng partner. Pero surprisingly, I dated more when I started it. I was like dating a bunch after nung nag-start ako. And based on my like observation, parang 50-50, like 50% of the people I would meet na either they would know na I do adult content or 50% they wouldn't know or they would know me from TikTok lang, ganyan, or Instagram. Pero usually naman, I try to be very chill and composed about it. Like, if you're not okay with it, I'm okay. We can be friends. Or we can be just nothing, you know? Tapos, kapag may mga times na nagiging serious na yung dating part, may mga experiences ako na gusto na lang ipa-stop, ganyan. Na parang I would stop at the right time in my own accord. Pero not because you said so. So, I think I stopped around mga 2022. So
2022.
parang less than a year or almost a year ko siyang ginawa. Pero I stopped when I was single, when I was like, you know, and then I continued dating. Tapos may mga namimit pa rin ako na they think it's still ongoing. And okay naman siya so far sa dating.
Okay naman.
It wasn't as bad as I expected it to be.
Gets. Kasi yun din parang you're placing yourself out there and then people would get to have those opinions on you,
Yeah.
especially with the people that you date. And what was it like na parang when people tell you na tigil mo muna yan if like you want to have that relationship? Kasi parang if yung sa letter sender natin, baka yun yung gusto niya na baka patigil niya. But like, do you think na if a person would tell that to someone na nga that's into this industry, is that a form of disrespect or dun sa craft or like talagang line of work, or parang it's a sense na parang you want to own that person? How would you feel if you would receive those stuff?
Feeling ko very situational yan kung saan nag-root talaga yung pagsabi nila na tumigil ka na. It may come from a place of love, it may come from a place of, you know, sense of ownership. Pero ako, in my case, Kasi I just try to take it na parang, hindi love niya talaga ako. Pero at the same time, ayokong gagawin ko yun just because someone else said so. I'm gonna do it by myself in my own time kapag gusto ko na talaga mag-stop. Para walang sisihan in the end, di ba?
Totoo naman.
So, ako noon, every time na parang may mga ganong scenario, which is actually onti lang, hindi naman siya, parang siguro mga 2 people lang yung dinate ko na nagsabi sa akin ng ganon. So, we just like, we stop seeing each other. Like, if you're not really comfortable about it, I understand completely. Like, hindi ka masamang tao kung hindi ka comfortable sa dinedate mo ay nagsa-sex work or nag-adult content sa online. That's okay. You're not a bad person. And you can still support sex work without wanting to date a sex worker.
Gets.
You know? So, in the case of the letter sender naman, kasi they're in a relationship na for 2 years. So, it's a very different case. Kung yung gusto niya is tumigil yung partner niya, I think to some extent that would be valid kasi 2 years na sila. And kailangan nilang mag-sit down and have a conversation and compromise with each other kung ano yung magiging middle ground nila. Kung willing ba si jowa na mag-stop ng adult content for the relationship? Can he sustain his life? What if he's doing it for like his everyday needs? Kasi diba sabi niya malaking kinikita niya. And I would totally understand that na baka may pangangailangan siya na napupunan nung adult content na ginagawa niya. So, kailangan nilang mag-usap talaga. Kasi kailangan niyang malaman if his partner, kung gusto niya mag-stop yung partner niya, if his partner is actually willing to stop it for their relationship, adi good for them. Kung hindi siya willing mag-stop sa adult content, willing pa rin ba yung isa na tanggapin siya and i-continue yung relationship na nag-adult content yung partner niya?
Pero yung ganitong lies, would you consider this like, or hindi naman lie, yung ganitong pagko-conceal, would you consider this a deal breaker?
Or non-negotiable.
Oo.
Ako personally, I would take ako para sa akin to, I'm not saying that this is what the letter center would do, but personally, I would take some space for myself. Like a breather. Like kailangan kong, pag may ganyan sigurong napunta ako sa, like, na moment sa life ko, 2 years in a relationship, tapos biglang may malalaman akong something that big of a deal, I would take a break. I would take some time for myself para makapag-isip-isip ako, ma-internalize ko yung nangyayari, kung gusto ko pa ba talaga to, kung ano yung mga pwedeng solusyon na gawin, kung I should just walk away, kung magko-compromise pa ba ako. So, ayun, ako personally, I would take some time for myself to think.
Totoo yan kasi ang haba ng 2 years.
Oo.
Diba? Parang kumbaga, after all this time, may malalaman kang ganito sa partner mo. Hindi naman siya yung parang in a sense na, siguro added value kasi nga, that's the kind of line of work or like yung ginagawa ng partner mo. But by that act alone, that you are doing something behind your partner's back. And like, ngayon mo lang siya malalaman. And for all this time na nag-uusap kayo and you feel yourself romantic to one another, di ba parang by that act itself, no matter what that is, that's really somehow a deal breaker. Or yun nga, valid form na parang you would take a space back. Kasi nag-invest ka eh. Nagmahal ka eh. Tapos, naging ganito kayo sa isa't isa. Then all along, may nalaman ka na may ganito pala behind your back. Parang, I think, would you say na parang it's a sense of betrayal?
It really is, I think. And pag nasa mga ganyang sitwasyon, I think the last thing you want is to be impulsive, na either you break up at that very moment or mag-decide kayong i-continue agad yung relationship at the very moment and just like shrug it off. So, it's not something to be impulsive about. Kailangan talaga pag-isipan ng both parties. Actually, hindi lang naman dun sa na-betray. Yung nagtago din ng alter account niya, kailangan niya rin pag-isipan na internalize niya kung bakit niya ba ginawa, kung bakit niya ba tinago, kung gusto niya ba talagang magstay in a relationship, or is he willing to do these things for his partner? You know, and I think it all boils down, in the end, kung talagang mahal nila yung isa't isa, they will make it work.
Pero ang hindi na din na-mention is, another form of betrayal is if ang content pala na ginagawa nung partner is with someone else.
Actually, that was yung gusto kong tanongin din. Ano ba yung mga content niya? Like, was he
Para sarili
collabing
lang
or just
collab?
solo?
Yun na nga. Yun ang sayang hindi na mention. Kasi that's a big part
Big part yan. Sobra. Kasi ako noon, naalala ko, nung ginagawa ko pa siya, yung adult content, solo lang ako noon. So parang, in a way, mas parang acceptable siya sa mga dinidate ko kasi solo lang naman. I'm not like fucking around with other people. So, kung merong ibang tao na involved, that's a very different story.
Parents, this is your cheat code to understanding your gamer kid. This is Keri Kita, Guide for Non-Gamer Parents. I'm Ray.
And I'm Joey. Hardcore gamers, hardcore parents. Let's learn from each other. Dito,
Keri Kita.
Like, kahit
Especially-
in a professional basis. Like, kunwari, may dalawa kayong creators, like, collab lang talaga, sis. Talagang nagiging deal breaker yun with the people that you're going with.
Oh, I'm not sure kasi I've never collabed with anyone while I was dating.
Okay.
I think I only collabed once lang for the whole time that I was doing it and then the rest was like solo. Tapos, basta parang ayun, mas naging acceptable siya sa dating. And wala rin naman akong plano makipag-collab that time because I always felt like while I was doing it na at some point I would stop na this is not something na sustainable in the long run and this is not something that I want to do in the long run. I want to transition to something else, which is acting, which is I've been very passionate about since I was young. So, yung thinking ko nun pagdating sa collab is ayoko talaga siyang gawin kasi I feel like it would stick longer in people's mind. And unlike yung mga solo videos na it's floating around the internet somewhere, but I guess it's easier to transition.
And since, like, you've also mentioned na yan, you're going on with your craft and, like, deciding which things do you want to pursue, like acting and content creation and such. Parang, ano yung parang thought process mo behind it? Like, how do you get to choose what are your motivations na, sige, ito yung gagawin ko ngayon. Or, ito yung gusto ko yung pursue ko, ayoko na sa kantong bagay.
Nung time kasi na nag-start ako sa adult content, I really wanted to save up money kasi kailangan namin makalipat ng bahay and gusto ko bumili ng sasakyan. Yun talaga yung gusto ko gawin that time. Kasi gusto ko magpakul sa mga kaibigan ko na may sasakyan. Because I didn't come from a rich family. I came from a very humble beginning. So, tapos nung nag-college ako, medyo napahalubilo ako sa mga rich kid, ganun. So,
Saan ka nag-college?
sa PUP.
PUP.
Pero nag-work kasi ako I was in college, I was working as a club promoter sa Valkyrie, which is Silo at this time. So, nagkaroon ako ng parang circle na puro mga rich kid, ganyan. So, nakita ko sila, grabe, kasing edad ko na sila. Tapos meron silang sasakyan, tapos may mga condo sila. So, parang I was thinking like, how can I parang boost my life na parang pabilisin yung process ng life ko na dapat meron na din akong sasakyan by this age. So, yun yung naisip ko na paraan. Adult content that time. And nung time na yun, parang wala pa masyadong gumagawa. Kaya feeling ko mabilis din ako nakaipon. So ayun, after nun, nung feeling ko na achieve ko na yung gusto kong makuha, and madami ring opportunities na dumating, ang dami ko nakilalang tao, ang daming lumapit sa akin ng mga casting director, mga manager na nag-offer to manage. So it opened a lot of opportunities for me. Like when I talk about it these days, when people ask me about it these days, I think I can sense that some people want me to feel like embarrassed or ashamed about it. Like I wouldn't say I'm necessarily proud of it, but I will never be embarrassed. I will never be ashamed of it. Kasi it opened a lot of opportunities for me na parang I wouldn't be here today if I didn't choose to do it.
Yeah, and given na na-mention mo din na parang how you got into it, and of course the challenges, we've talked about it kanina, what was your motivation that got you na parang, okay, I wanted to transition out of adult content creation and really focus on acting and other stuff? Yeah.
Like, may ganun bang eureka moment sa'yo na, okay, stop na muna ako dito. Gusto ko na to ang acting.
So nagkaroon ako ng first movie ko nung 2022 while I was still doing it. So nagkaroon ako ng dalawang movie sa AQ Prime. It's like a streaming platform na parang Viva Max ganun. Tapos na-realize ko na, shit, pwede pala. Kaya pa pala i-pursue tong industry na to. Tapos, so after I did those 2 movies, nagkaroon ako ng management. And then, nung nagkaroon ako ng management, they were asking me to na stop na muna yun. Pero hindi ko pa in-stop agad. Kasi I was still earning money from it. Tapos nung nafe-feel ko na tuloy-tuloy na ako sa parang mas nabibisi na ako sa acting, sa mga content creation, sa social media as well. Parang doon ko na feel na parang okay na ako, parang I did my part na. Parang okay na ako dun sa nagawa ko sa adult content. Parang it's time to focus on something else. Para mas dito naman ako mag-grow.
Gets.
Para mas makapag-progress naman ako dito.
I could only imagine though na parang if ito yung nakasanayan mong line of work or line of job and then like mag-transition ka sa acting, which is I think may acting din naman, but it's a totally different thing kasi
Very
doon
much.
parang you can get to do stuff on your own, and then unlike here na parang may production and all of that, parang was there a sense na parang discomfort for you na is doon sa adjustment phase?
Nai-stop siya.
Oo.
Actually, no. Yung feeling ko nun is I was like, masaya ako. It was euphoric and it was freeing, to be honest. Kasi at some point, you outgrow it. Like at some point, magsasawa ka din na you do the same things. And I hate routine. So, di ba sabi ko nga, solo lang ako noon. So mostly, ginagawa ko lang solo video. So it's the same thing over and over again for quite some time. So nung in-stop ko siya, I was very happy about it. Kasi nagsawa na rin ako, na-outgrow ko na siya at that point. And ayoko na rin talaga siyang gawin personally. Which is, masaya ako kasi yun naman talaga yung gusto kong mangyari from the start, na i-stop ko siya kapag ayaw ko na. And nung time na in-stop ko siya, ayoko na talaga siyang gawin. Kasi gusto ko nang gawin yung ibang bagay, which is acting.
Parang hirap din nun kasi pag solo. Kasi parang limited lang naman yung pwede mong gawin.
Exactly.
Yeah. And given that you mentioned acting and your interest in that, was it something you really wanted to explore dati pa? Or was this something you parang recently discovered lang, that something that you're into?
Sobrang passionate ako sa acting. Actually, I spent a short time in college na nag-theater ako. And then I was always trying to go to auditions, VTR, pero hindi ako nakukuha before. Tapos, ayun, while I was back in 2022, while I was still doing the adult content, baka sakali lang ako sa isang audition, and then surprisingly nakuha ako for that movie, and then dun na nagsunod-sunod na from there. And now I have a management na they help me a lot.
Like, ikaw ba, like, do you still take acting workshops?
Yes, every now and then may pa-workshop yung management namin. I try to always go kasi hindi naman lagi may projects. So when I'm not doing anything, I love to go to workshops.
And right now, since you've also mentioned yung mga pina-work around mo na for your acting sa mga content mo doon, would you say naman ba na at least doon sa acting right now, nabibigyan ka ng opportunities na makapag-take ng iba't ibang roles na gusto mo explore? Kasi parang, I don't know, back of my mind yung worry ko is yun nga, ma-typecast ka na since nakalala na si Lloyd na, okay, ito yung ano niya,
Genre, or
genre.
Actually, no, totoo yan.
Na baka yun lang din yung ibigay sa'yo.
Alam mo, sobrang totoo yan kasi I was just talking to my agent the other day, and I was saying things na, alam mo, parang ito yung na-feel ko na parang na-outgrow ko yung adult content kasi it's the same routine, it's the same thing, and I'm the kind of person na magsasawa talaga ako pag paulit-ulit and I would look for something else to do. So, nung nag-start ako sa movie, sa indie film industry, yung binibigay talagang role sa akin kasi is puro mga sexy roles. So, yung mga hubad-hubad, ganun, parang mga bomba films,
Bomba.
kumbaga. Which I was happy to do
Gets.
in the beginning. Pero masaya siya gawin. Pero pag yun at yun kasi binibigay na role sa'yo, I would feel like na I can do so much more than this. Like, kaya kong umiyak on screen, kaya kong magalit, kaya kong matakot. Pero I'm just always playing like the boy next door na willing maghubad, na malibog, na like, nakakapagod din pag paulit-ulit. So, this year so far, parang nagkaroon ako sa Viva Max, nagkaroon ako sa isang streaming platform for BL, which I'm very grateful and I'm very happy about. Pero what I'm happiest right now is nag-audition ako sa isang horror movie. And surprisingly, nakuha nila ako. So, wow, sabi ko, grabe, finally, some change.
Something different.
Something different. And after nun may gagawin ulit akong BL, at least parang nagkaroon ako ng short breather. Oh, iba muna yung character ko dito. Tapos balik na tayo sa sa typecast sa BL, mga sexy BL. So yun.
How do you outgrow naman yung ganong shadow? Kasi I know, parang for example, for artistas na may kapatid, parang hirap to grow outside of that. And ikaw, parang known ka for this, parang known ka for doing these kinds of content. So, ang daling i-tag na sa yung ganon. So, how do you go beyond yung parang impression agad sa'yo ng mga tao, ng mga casting directors, yung mga tao sa, kunwari sa production that will immediately associate you na, si
With your
Lloyd parang
former
pwede siya
image.
dito. How do you parang change their mindset on that? Or how do you work around that kind of branding?
I think first is clear sa utak ko na other people's perception of me is out of my control. So pag pupunta ako mga audition, ang thinking ko lang lagi is I just do my best. I just be who I am. Kung ano yung bigay nila sa aking script or kung ano yung kailangan kong kabisaduhin or basahin, I just do my best to embody it in the best way I know. Like, for example, dun sa horror film na in-auditionan ko a few months ago, pumunta ako doon without any hope. Sabi ko, sige, puntahan ko lang. Kasi kung ano yung tawagan ako ng agent ko, sabihin niya, punta ka dito sa audition na to, okay lang ako ng okay because I just wanna audition to every opportunity that I get. Para kasing sa 10 audition na pupuntahan mo, pag ganito, isa lang yung matatanggap, minsan wala pa. So, nung nagpunta ako doon, sabi ko lang, yung mindset ko lang, as usual, is I would just go here, do my best, do my thing, go home, and then hope for the best. Pero walang expectation. So, when I went there, honestly, I thought they didn't like me kasi they were looking for someone na English speaker. Well, I can speak in English, pero nung nasa audition kasi ako, mga kasabay ko, puro mga Phil-Am. Gagwapo. Sabi ko, tangina, feeling ko yung mga Phil-Am yung kukunin nila sa role na to. Kasi they're looking for an English speaker. So, feeling ko baka medyo
Siyempre, may accent.
Western yung hinahanap nila na look kasi English speaker daw. So, di ako nag-expect. Pero yun, I just memorized the script and then I'll just do my best. And then surprisingly, they called me a few days later na, oh, you got the role. You're gonna start taping this day. So, yun.
At least, di ba? Parang yun nga yung parang sense of change din na hinahanap mo. And since we're really talking about yung parang going beyond, and yun nga na parang now that you're taking on a different path, parang siguro, Lloyd, what does it mean for you to be different? Na parang at the first place naman, like yung adult content creation, it was different from what you would expect from a job that you'd take.
Right.
And now you told us na na-outgrow mo na to. Tapos ngayon you're transitioning onto someone else na iba na naman. So like for you, Lloyd, what does it mean na parang to have these different paths that you would take for your life?
I think it means na I'm growing and I'm progressing in life na from this part of my life and then I'm on this chapter of my life na yung adult content na ginawa ko in the past, it was a chapter of my life. It was a good chapter that opened so much opportunity for me. Of course may mga downsides. Lahat naman ng moments in life may downsides. Pero for me, mas marami yung naging positive na effect niya sa buhay ko. And now the chapter is closed. And I'm in a new chapter right now na I think I'm barely scratching the surface pero I'm enjoying and I'm having fun and I feel like every day I'm growing and I'm learning.
And ikaw? I mean, everything din eh. Parang at least now na ito na yung balak mo, ito na yung gusto mo, you know, you set to the next path. Ano pa yung mga gusto mong roles or ano na i-take? Like dream roles, dream career. Like, what are your dreams now?
Ang mga dream role ko talaga, sa totoo lang, I'm a huge horror fan. I feel like I can give like yung natatakot na mukha and a good scream. And I also like action and sci-fi movies. So hopefully, magkaroon ng ganong opportunities in the future. But, you know, I'm just very passionate about acting. Kung ano man yung ibigay nilang role sa akin, I would.
Talagang it's really more of just putting yourself out
Yeah.
there.
Pero given that we've talked about dreams, what's your dream role?
My dream role, medyo mataas eh. Dream big naman, di ba? So, dream ko talaga sa Hollywood. Like, gusto ko makas sa mga sci-fi movies. Like, favorite movie ko kasi right now is Dune. Dune Part 2 with Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya. So, yung mga ganong type of movie.
Libre lang din naman mga...
Libre lang naman mga pangarap lang yun.
Tsaka, malay mo.
Wishful thinking.
Hindi, tsaka mas nag-open up na ang mga Filipino market sa
Oo nga, di ba?
Oo, so...
Si Manny Jacinto.
Manny Jacinto.
Ito si Dolly De Leon.
Yeah, tsaka
Leon.
yung sa Final Destination.
Yung
yung
lead
mga-
nila. Parehas na
Yeah.
Filipino.
So, parang there's really more opportunities out there. And especially for acting then. And siguro for, I don't know, final question then. Na, now that you've outgrown your past, now you're embracing na this is who you are now and who you would want to become in the future. Na parang for people that are still stuck up on that past image of yours, what would you tell them now?
Edi dyan na lang kayo. Because I just, as I've said, yung mindset ko kasi sa thinking ng ibang tao is that's their own business. Whatever other people is thinking about me, kung hindi naman yan makaka-apekto sa work ko, sa personal life ko, that's their own business. Kung they think about me in a bad way, that's okay. You guys are entitled to that. You guys are allowed to think about me in a certain way. What you're not allowed to do or what you don't have any power is kung ano yung iniisip ko sa sarili ko. And kung ano yung iniisip ng mga taong nasa paligid ko, like my family and my friends, yun lang naman yung mahalaga sa akin. Yung mga nakakakilala talaga sa akin, yung kinoconsider kong friends ko talaga and yung family ko talaga, how they think about me and how they see me, how they know me for who I really am, and most importantly, how I see myself. Diba? Na parang everyday I go home and I'm happy with who I am, with what I do, and I think that's enough. Kung ano man yung iniisip ng mga tao. Kung na-stuck sila sa past ko, edi that's okay. That's on them.
At dahil dyan, maraming salamat, Lloyd, sa pagsama sa amin sa isang magandang conversation this Saturday.
It's a very sobering
Yes.
conversation din eh. Na parang it's more of really yung images of us, of how people would perceive us and how do we want to embrace.
How we go beyond
How we
those
go beyond
expectations. Kasi minsan din ang daming expectations sa atin ng mundo or parang based on how they know us. Na parang it's also important na we go beyond. Na parang we don't allow ourselves to be defined by who society wants us to be. But
Hindi ka lang
rather-
ganito.
Yeah.
And thank you so much
At hindi
din.
magpakahon.
Oh, ako
Right.
din. And thank you so much din, Lloyd, kasi parang marami din kaming napulot na, yun nga, na since you've been known for this and like your passion also that takes you from somewhere else now. And we hope na sana you would grow more. Not just as an actor, but as a person in general, na parang being different is something that's really, I think, part of your life path pa. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess kung may opportunities ka, I mean, gusto yung promote, give na namin airtime sa'yo.
Oh, yun. Hi, guys. So, on also all social medias, you can follow me at Lloyd Aaron Agustin. And I have upcoming... I can't really say much about it kasi we're still filming it. And quite frankly, I don't really know much about it. They're pretty secretive about the details. But, ano ba? May series ako sa Lifetime Dreams LTD platform. Yun yung ongoing ko na series right now. But the rest of the things that I'm doing, I don't really know much about. So, yun. If you follow me on social media, you will see it in the future, I think.
Ayan, maraming mukhang magandang aabangan mula kay Lloyd. Kaya i-follow nyo na siya sa mga social media platforms niya. At kami rin. Lalo na if nagustuhan nyo itong episode na to, you may share this and post this on IG or wherever in your social media. Use the hashtag GKY. Hashtag ganito kasi at hashtag.
Hashtag GKY. Ano? Ganito kasi yan.
GKY Xoid Agustin.
Okay, sorry naman.
Yung promo, ano
Sorry,
natin,
promo naman.
hashtag.
And yun, wag nyo rin kakalimutan itag kami sa GKY Pod on all social media platforms. Ako is LNCRVDA on Instagram. Mati ko naman,
The
Jacob.
Charles Jacob on all social media platforms. At kung nagustuhan nyo tong episode na to, huwag nyo kalimutan i-follow ang GKY. Give 5 stars at i-hit ang notification bell dahil naglalabas kami ng episodes every Saturday.
And hindi nyo na lang kami matatagpuan on Spotify dahil we are also now on YouTube. And please feel free to comment kung ano yung mga pulot nyo and sino pa yung mga gusto yung maging guest namin. And yun, wag natin kakalimutan at the end of the day, it's not really how our past that defines us, but rather who we want ourselves to be defined by our present and our
Right.
future. And ito pa rin ang
Ganito kasi yan.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.